Hello, this is Heisenberg with all of the Batman vs. Superman action figures and toys. It is January 2016. These toys just came out. They are made by toy maker Mattel and are for the upcoming Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice movie. So let's get started. We've got a lot to go through here. So here's some 12-inch figures, 12-inch multiverse figures. We have first the Armored Batman. Again, 12 inches tall, comes in a box, costs $30. Found him at Toys R Us, and he's got a fair amount of articulation. You can move his head, moves at the shoulders, moves at the elbow, moves at the wrist, also moves at the hip, as we're about to see, moves at the knee, and also comes with this cloth cape, which looks okay. Mine is rather wrinkled, but overall is okay. So yeah, quite a bit of movement. As I said, $30 in a box. Looks very good. So so if you want a big toy, if you want a nice 12-inch toy, I think you do get a lot of toy for your $30 here. Overall, I am impressed with this entire line of toys. They do seem well made, and there are a variety of sizes and price points, so something for everyone. Next, we have the 12-inch Superman. So also, multiverse figure that comes in a box. And same sort of articulation. I think his cape is nicer. He also has this very nice cloth cape. I think his, I don't know why, but his seems to look nicer, less wrinkled than the Superman, or excuse me, than the Batman cape. So yeah, also looking good looking figure. Once again, $30. I think you get a lot of toy for your $30. And by the way, next to him is a 6-inch Mattel Adam West Batman. I put in the Adam West Batman figure so you can get a sense of the different sizes of the figures. So yeah, there he is, looking good. So on the back of the box, there's also a picture of Wonder Woman. So I think that means that there'll also be a 12-inch Wonder Woman figure, but I did not find her. So we'll see. Maybe she'll come out in a later wave of toys. So here's the picture on the box of the Wonder Woman. Okay, now we have 12-inch figures with light and sound, an Electro-Armor Batman and Heat Vision Superman. So I tried these out indoors so you could see the lights a little better.
Your day is over. I am the night. I am Batman. You can't defeat me, Superman. You met your match.
So this Electro-Armor Batman comes with 15 sounds and phrases, lights up, and has those deployable action wings, and about 5 points of articulation. You can move the head, the shoulders, and the hips, and move the hips quite a bit, apparently. He costs $20, and I found him both at Toys R Us and at Walmart. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. So if you want light and sound, this would be a good way to go. I think I prefer just a straightforward action figure, but yeah, it's nice to have choices. So here's the Heat Vision Superman with light and sound. So it's hard to see, but his eyes light up, and mostly it's his chest light up. So let's check that out.
My heat vision will stop you, Batman. Your weapons can't hurt me. Don't waste your bullets. Your armor is no match for my strength, Batman.
Here's a photo of his eyes lit up. It's pretty subtle. So yeah, same sort of articulation. You can move his head, his shoulders, and his hips. Oh, and actually you can move his wrists here too, so he's got a little more articulation. And then I think it's a bit odd that they have that they gave Superman these wings. So obviously never I don't expect that he's going to have wings in the movie. So it's a bit forced so that's a bit forced. But yeah, if you like light and sound, it looks like a good option. Okay, so let's move on to some 6-inch figures. So these are 6-inch figures. Quite a few choices of these that sell for $10 each, and I think for $10 you get quite a bit of toy here. So I think these are a really good value. So let's start with the Armored Batman. So again, 6 inches tall. He's got sort of like a thin, now it's not a cloth cape, it's a very thin sort of vinyl cape, which sort of keeps it smooth, but I think I might have preferred a cloth. Quite a bit of articulation. You can see you can move his head, Yeah, you can move them at the shoulder. You can move them at the elbow. You can also move them at the move them at the wrist there. And we've got even more. You can move them at the hips, move them at the knees. So yeah, so quite a bit. And then it comes with this blaster. They don't call it a gun. It comes with this big blaster that has, yeah, that's looking good. So yeah, I think he's nice. Again, for $10, I think it's great that it only costs $10 instead of $20. I think you're getting a good quality figure here. And then here's a closer look at his blaster. So yeah, looks in detailed. And then Wonder Woman, here's my favorite. So we've got, this is the 6-inch $10 Wonder Woman. I got these, by the way. I found her. I've only found her at Walmart. I found these figures at Toys R Us and Walmart, but only Walmart had Wonder Woman. And yeah, she's looking great. So the head doesn't move much, but she does move at the shoulder and the elbow. And I'm trying to remember, I think she moved at the wrist a bit. I can't remember offhand. And then moves at the hips, moves at the knees. So yeah, quite a bit of movement there. And yeah, nice looking figure. I like the nice bright colors. I think it's good job on her hair, good job on the costume. I think the face looks good. You might want to when you go to the store to buy one, you might want to look at the paint on it carefully before you buy one, because as we'll see later, sometimes the paint can be rather sloppy. That they can. So I saw 4 in Walmart, and this was, of the 4, this was the only one where there wasn't sort of like paint splattered on the face. Yeah, so I look at that, and I'll show an example later of a Superman with paint splattered on his face. So yeah, she comes with a shield and a sword. Here's the shield, has this nice bird of prey on it. Here's the sword, which also has has some battle scars on it, which I think is a nice detail. Look very closely, the bird of prey is also on the sword. Hard to see. So now here's a 3-pack of 6-inch figures. Very nice, only $25 for these 3 figures. So again, even a better value. So we'll see we'll see later how these differ from the some of the other 6-inch figures. So once again, we've got a battled armored Batman. We've got this time a heat vision Superman, and we've got Lex Luthor in this big outfit. So here's the battle armored Batman, but this time his armored helmet is off. That comes separately, and you can stick it on his head. Now I found it hard. To stick it on there, and it didn't really. Yeah, it didn't feel like it really got on all the way. It got on almost all the way, so it didn't feel quite as it didn't look quite as good as the one that you can buy separately, where the helmet doesn't come off. So yeah, there it is with the helmet on. As you can see, I kind of had a hard time getting it on. Had an even harder time getting it off, but I was able to get it off again. So yeah, here's the Heat Vision Superman. So this is pretty much exactly the same, as we'll see, as the Superman you can buy separately, except for his eyes. He has red eyes, and I'll zoom in on that later. The regular 6-inch Superman that you can buy separately has blue eyes. So as you can see, it's like, again, for $10, this is a good looking figure. So yeah, we got the head movement, we got the shoulders moving, and I got the elbows moving. Once again, I can't remember offhand if the wrists move. We'll see. See if I move the wrist. Do I move the wrist? There's the elbow. Yeah, it looks like not wrist movement, but moving at the hip, moving at the knee. And here's Lex Luthor. I wonder if they don't have the rights to the actor's likeness, so they put him just in this big contraption. So yeah, here's the Lex Luthor, mega armored Lex Luthor. And there is a face in there. You can sort of lift up the visor. So not much articulation here, so you can move at the shoulder, and then this wrist moves. And then that's I think that's about it. And of course the visor going up and down. But yeah, nice looking faux for Superman. Very sort of like traditional kind of Superman faux. I like, and we'll zoom in on it, I like that it has the LexCorp logo in the middle of the chest. And once again, so you get the 3, this is part of the 3-pack. 3-pack is $25. So 3 figures for $25, I think is, yeah, a nice deal. So yeah, let me try to zoom in on the little LexCorp logo on the middle of his chest there. So what's the differences between like the $10 Batman you can buy separately and the one that comes in the 3-pack? Well, obviously the head is the biggest difference, but notice also the chest. The 3-pack is battle scarred. Look at his chest. He's got battle scars on his chest, and also the helmet. And and also the helmet that you get is also battle scarred in the 3-pack. So again, nice detail. So again, here's on the left is the Heat Vision Superman in the 3-pack. On the right, there, see his red eyes? And then on the right is the regular Superman. He has blue eyes. Okay, so we got a lot to go through, so I'm going to try to pick up the pace here. So here's the Grapnel Blast 6-inch $10 Batman that you get. So he's looking good. And then there's also this Kryptonite Gauntlet Batman. So yeah, if we're going to make a figure, might as well paint one a different color and sell it again. But he's got these Kryptonite gauntlets. And then here's the regular Superman with his blue eyes and comes with a shield. I don't think he really needs a shield, but what the heck, they threw a shield in. But yeah, look at the paint. Look at the bad paint job on him. So watch out for that. And yeah, did you see that? He has black marks on his face. Not good. So here's an epic battle Superman in a big fancy, rather ornate outfit with a big, some sort of big axe. And then we've got, what else we have? And then we have Aquaman. Aquaman's hard to find. Only Toys R Us right now has Aquaman, and each store pretty much just has one. So Aquaman's hard to get. So, but yeah, there he is. He's got his own I forget what it's called, but his own pitchfork there. Okay, here's more. Here's a Batman and Superman where you can squeeze the legs and get some movement. So you squeeze, yeah. So no sound, but yeah, squeeze the legs and they move. And then and that's the main movement. It's like Superman's left arm, it moves at the shoulder, Batman's head moves. But yeah, here you squeeze Superman's legs and he punches. So we're about to see. Get a little punch. Punch. There he goes. Yeah, punch. Punch. One more. And then he has a little vest, I guess to maybe protect him from the kryptonite. And then Batman can shoot kryptonite at Superman. He's got this big mega missile. Fire a mega missile. And the blaster is called a Giant Transforming Blaster. So this set sells for $25. And then, again, the blaster can fire missiles. You can stick them on the end and then fire them away. There we go, and folds. It folds and unfolds. That's where you can stick the missiles in and fire them. So now we have the 6.5-inch multiverse figures. There's going to be 8 of these. I've got 3 in hand, and then if you buy all 8, you can make Batman's grapnel blaster. So if you look in the back, in each one of these, in the back is one piece of the blaster. So I'm not too excited about that. It's like getting that blaster and putting it together does not sound too exciting to me. And actually, these figures are, again, they're about 6.5 inches tall as opposed to 6 inches, and they cost $20 a piece rather than $10. So I'm not sure this is a value. It's that's quite a bit more money, and they don't look all that much fancier to me. But again, it's nice to have a choice. So again, I found 3 of the 8. The Wonder Woman I've only found on Amazon so far, so I have her on order. And then the other 4 are going to be released at some later date. So here's photos of the Wonder Woman. She does have a nice shield there. So okay, so now here's a mini Mighty Minis. These are just 2-inch figures. Another choice. These are blind bags, so you don't know what you're going to get. So I bought one, and it comes in pieces. And apparently I got the armored Batman, and it comes in pieces. You snap them together, and there he is. Look at the little guy. He's just 2 inches tall. But for 2 inches, it's like really good. But these cost $4, and you don't know which one you're getting. So look how tiny he is. So I think $4 is still a lot of money. But he is cute. It's like he's a good looking for a 2-inch figure. He's pretty good looking, and because you snap him together, he also has articulation. The head moves, he moves at the waist, and he moves at the shoulders. So I think that's really cool. So for a little blind bag figure. And then here, it's not too bad. So there's 3 Supermen that you might get, and there's 2 Batmans that you might get. So I'm glad I got the armored Batman. That's the one I wanted. Okay, now we got the big Batmobile. Look at this thing. This is 14 inches long, costs $25, and 6-inch figures fit inside of him. Look, there's the Adam West Batman. It looks like he likes the Batmobile. So yeah, so it doesn't come with the figure, but it's designed so you can stick a 6-inch figure inside of him. And yeah, it's a good looking Batmobile there. So it's kind of like this sort of like brownish, earthy brown color. But yeah, you get, and again, it's like 14 inches long. It can fire missiles as well. And then there's a smaller version. There's a 6-inch version for $10. So, and this is called the Speed Strike Batmobile. So when you move the front wheels, that little missile mechanism moves left and right. So that's the one gimmick there. And also this, if you back it up, it's sort of on a spring. So if you back it up, it can move forward on its own power. So that looks fun. And there's also a Sky Shooter Batwing, also $10. So yeah, pretty good looking Batwing. Found this at Toys R Us. So yeah. Don't know if this is going to be in the movie or not, but yeah, I think it's a pretty good looking Batwing. And now here's a blaster. You can get Batman's blaster, $15. Kryptonite Strike Blaster, 10 inches long. Comes with 5 darts. It says it can fire up to 70 feet or 21 meters. So it looks like you kind of slide the back, and it's got a little trigger, and you can store, down below, you can store the darts on it. And here's the Voice Charger helmet for $30 with 15 sounds and phrases. I think it's the same sounds and phrases as the Batman with light and sound.
You can't defeat me, Superman. You've met your match. Voice changer activated. Voice changer activated.
Hello, this is Heisenberg. I am the danger. Oh boy. And the eyes light up, and this is $30. So there you have it. This is Heisenberg, hoping you enjoy your Batman vs. Superman toys.